Hello?
Hey, Tristan.
What's going on?
Not much. What are you doing?
Oh, just watching Miss Rachel.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
She's a YouTube superstar for children. I hate her, and I visualize doing terrible things to her.
Oh, sounds awesome.
Yeah.
What is she? What do you mean for children? What does she do?
Well, you want to press play, babe?
Yeah.
She sings songs.
She sings songs?
Yep.
Okay. Sounds like hate-worthy behavior.
Listen to this voice.
So I shook that tree.
Say hi, Pete.
Oh, I see. So your child is supposed to watch it. Got it.
Yes.
It's entertaining for children.
Yes. She has like how many hundreds of millions of views do you think?
100 million.
She has 100.
Million. She makes millions of dollars.
What does she do? She just sings to them?
Yeah.
Yep. Teaches them how to pronounce words.
Sweet. I'm going to make the HBO version of her. I'm going to teach kids how to swear and
Okay. Have you seen that Jason Bateman Words?
that show's funny.
Yeah.
That is a funny movie.
Yeah.
But I like that guy.
I
He
like
was
that
kind of
guy.
a big deal when I was a kid, and then he went away into the abyss and nobody knew what happened to him. And then, he made that resurgence with that show
Arrested Development.
Arrested Development. And
Yeah.
I was pretty happy about it because I always thought he was cool.
What did he do when you were a kid?
He was in one of those Cosby Show type family sitcom things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And his sister was in, she was actually famous before him. She was in Family Ties with Michael J. Fox. It's a Family Ties. Yeah. And then, God, I forget what the one was he was in. But yeah, he was a big deal. Like a bunch of young girls liked him and stuff. And then, yeah, he just faded away. And all of a sudden he came back swinging.
Cool.
All right. So I didn't hear that gal singing.
But
Oh Lord. Okay.
Do you know who Miss Rachel is, Nick?
No.
Apparently she sings to kids. I got to mute my TV. Holy crap. I got background noise. That's why I'm screaming.
ready?
You be the lemon and I'll be the squeeze. You be the hot dog and I'll be the bun. You be the baby. So much fun.
What?
It sounds like my health.
What?
Shake, shake, shake.
Sounds like my health.
Your hell.
It reminds me of like the Teletubbies, like baby that would talk at the end, like this with the sun.
With the
And
sun.
I always found it to be extremely disturbing for whatever reason.
The Teletubbies were extremely disturbing.
But,
When I saw
hey,
the episode where they made a pudding machine and the pudding machine went nuts and vanilla pudding was shooting all over the room and they were going, ooh, ooh, and rubbing it on themselves. I said, no more kids, no more. There's no more Teletubbies in this. So
See,
I don't
but
know what's going on here.
I grew up, I liked Huey Herman, obviously, when I was a kid. And then I would my long-term respect always program has always been Mr. Rogers. I'm actually like, no joking aside, I'm actually a huge Mr. Rogers fan.
So you saw the movie, you're saying?
Yep, saw the movie, loved it. I think yeah, I just think he's like one of the last like good souls to roam this world before he left.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen the movie, and I didn't know if it was going to be one of those movies like everything else, where Hollywood tries to paint him bad or
Yeah.
show the real thing.
I'd say there's to a degree they had to put their spin on it. But I think that everything that was accurate that was in it.
Oh, okay.
And then I also watched the Mr. Rogers like other thing they put out was like autobiography on him. I thought it was pretty cool. But
Sweet.
that's where the 143 always comes from. I don't know if you ever heard that story about him.
Uh-oh.
So he made a promise to his wife, and I'll tell you about what the promise was after I tell you, so otherwise I'll ruin it. So he would go to the local gym and Y or whatever it was and swim with his buddies. And one time he was swimming with his buddies doing laps, and he like jumped out of the pool and raced over to the the scale and started laughing and for joy and jumping up and down. And but he goes, what's going on? What's going on? He's like, well, I weigh 143. And he's like, well, why is that? Well, yeah. And he goes, well, no, I made a promise to my wife I'd always weigh 143 because I love you. 143.
Got
And so
it.
that was his promise to his wife. So he always wanted to weigh 43 pounds.
Huh, interesting.
But like just cool stuff like that, or like when he went against Congress, and like changed that mean Congress guy into giving funds for children's television.
Yeah, I guess I need to
It
watch
just
the movie or learn more about him because I don't know any of this stuff.
Yeah.
Me either.
Yeah, no crazy, creepy stories of him that have came out to make me change my judgment on him. So far, I think he's a pure individual.
Yeah, I think it's just always hard to make stuff for kids that doesn't seem weird. Like even that clip you just played of that lady singing sounded a little Jeffrey Epstein to me. You be the hot dog, I'll be the bun. You be the baby, we'll have some fun. I mean, it just all sounds weird. The Wiggles, half their song sounds weird to me.
No.
But, I don't know. Maybe that says more about me than it does them. I don't know. It just seems creepy.
That's another thing too. Like what separates creepiness from non-creepiness when you're making children's programs? Like what is the line that you can or cannot cross?
Yeah,
There's been so much human trafficking and pedophilia and all that stuff out there. It's like it's such a slope where it's you're hoping that your children are watching something that's reputable and that's not misrepresenting what it's supposed to be.
Well, yeah, Bill Burr does that great bit where he says that. He's like, what was that show? To Catch a Predator. He's like, that ruined it for all white guys. He goes, like, I love children. He goes, I like to say hi to children. He goes, but now you can't be nice to kids. He's like, parents lose their mind. He's like, you're just trying to say hi, Timmy, and they're like, what are you doing?
You remember how it was such a like supposed to be an innocent thing, like where old men would like give children candy out of their pocket? It would have lint on it. It would be like the strawberry wrapper. What's that?
My dad used to have candy all the time. He threw it up.
What type of candy did your dad?
So it's wrap.
Wrap candy?
He usually bought that Brock's mix.
Brock's mix? Okay, yeah. See, like that was socially acceptable to do that. Now you do that, and the parent would probably, would think you're a pervert. So
That is a thick Minnesota accent right there.
is
You
it?
hear that?
Oh, I heard it.
Don't you know?
Don't you
Don't you
know?
know?
That's funny. Well, hey everybody, welcome to the show. We are the Bad Advice Gang. We are not psychologists or doctors or anything. We just think we're funny. Love to give you some advice. If you've got any questions for us tonight, we got a fun one. It's kind of an oldie but a goodie. It's the classic case of a roommate falling in love with a roommate's girlfriend type situation. But before we get into all that, I'm Pete, and these guys they don't have names.
I'm Tristan. I had a roommate that fell in love with me once, but that's a whole nother story. His name was Duncan, and I still have nightmares.
No, perfect. Was it like a prison situation?
You know, so, he was unique. You know, he came to me one day and he goes, "Hey, so you want to hear a funny story?" I said, "Yeah, sure." He said, "So you know how I'm bi?" And I said, "Okay, sure, Duncan, that's fine." And he said,
Stop
"Yeah,
by
so
anytime.
yeah." He goes, "So I was on the roommate exchange, and I saw your name, and me and my other buddy who's bi, we looked you up and thought you were really cute and thought you might have been bi too, so that's why we chose you as a roommate." I said, "So you thought I would have been your boyfriend because you thought I was bi?" He's like, "Yeah, isn't that a funny story?" And then I got a new roommate a couple days later.
Speaking of creepy, I'm not
Tristan, even
sure.
now,
What?
Tristan's not telling the full story here. Yeah, you got a new roommate a few days later, but what about the roommate?
Well, he might be watching this.
Hey, this is total transparency here. You can't tell a
The
third of the
other
story.
The other roommate may have had a crush on me too. That was never revealed entirely, but it was the theory of the friend group.
But the likelihood of this story happening to anybody is like kind of a long shot, and then for it to
Yeah.
continue that way randomly, go get it.
Yeah. Yeah, we just had dinner. Annie and I just had dinner with him the other day. He's a cool guy. The
Okay.
second one, not the first one.
He knows you're off the market now with the baby and
He
engagement,
does.
though, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
How about you, who identifies as iPhone? What's your name?
My name is Nick.
Nick.
I currently identify myself as an iPhone. So
Yeah, that's how you're showing up here. That's what you're putting out into the world.
used to be a river trout, but I'm gonna go with an iPhone now. It just seems to be a more.
What? Yeah, but what model are you?
What's that?
Yeah, but what model are you?
Oh, I'm model 13.
You're an iPhone 13.
Lucky number 13 Max. Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Do you have any funny roommate stories before we get into this?
Funny roommate stories. Yeah, I had a oh God, what are some funny roommate stories?
Well, you don't have
Matt?
to have one. I was just asking if you did.
No, I got some good ones here. I got two time we got here. Hey, actually, I got a good one, Matt. You don't have to be on the camera, but you want to tell the story? Yeah. So my brother-in-law, I'm at my sister and brother-in-law's place. My parents are up here visiting. They're all flying out tomorrow. But Matt, when I was 19, I just graduated high school, turned 19 that June, and had moved up to Eden Prairie from Winona that summer, around like September, October, that fall. And anyway, they had just built a new house, and I had lived downstairs, and my brother-in-law, I worked overnight, so my sister worked quite a bit, so it was me and him all hanging out together quite a bit when I didn't work, and we had some interesting dynamics with one another. He doesn't want to be on camera, but I'll let him tell the story.
Yeah. So when Nick sleeps, Nick is a very heavy sleeper. Can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Can you turn that down?
When Nick sleeps, he's a very, very heavy sleeper, and his eyes are open just a little bit, so you can see him awake a little bit, but he's not. He's sound asleep. But
Very creepy, by the way.
I would nestle a doll next to his face and snuggle up to him every night. He'd be so out of it that he wouldn't even know. Him, and each morning he'd wake up and that doll would be sitting next to him, staring at him in his eyes.
Sometimes it would be in a compromising position next to me when I woke up. We don't need to go into details here for obvious reasons, but then I would wait for him to fall asleep and pass out, and I would put the doll back next to him in his pillow, so he would wake up, and it got more elaborate where eventually the doll would have makeup on it and lipstick and different stuff and wake up to it, until finally my sister would come home, and she'd always do the mothering thing to check on everybody, make sure that they're in the room sleeping or everyone's okay, just out of natural habits to do it. And she saw the doll, this doll that wasn't wearing all the clothing it should wear and had lipstick that wasn't factory OM lipstick on it. And yeah, so that's what was going on. So yeah, but that was like this dynamic for probably several months that we did. Yep. So yeah, there's that. And then second, when I was in Winona, I had a roommate that was he would pass out and he would never wake up no matter what you do. So we went to Walmart and we found the largest panties that we could find. They look like a flag. And we actually fastened those to the fan above in his room next to his bed. And so he woke up and he had this gigantic flag of underwear flowing over his head from his fan when he woke up. Yeah, it was pretty funny. We all laughed about that. So
Yeah. Wondering
yeah.
what happened, where she was at.
Yeah. Yep. So there's all that.
Nice.
Like you.
Yeah, I don't have any super weird stories like that. My weirdest story
No?
is just was on me. I was stationed in the military and I was in the military and I was stationed in South Carolina. We had adjoining rooms where the dormitories had to use the room in the bathroom in the middle. And I had a urethral stricture surgery. Don't know if any of you know what that is, but it's basically where they go in and have to cut scar tissue out of your urethra. Anyways,
Oh,
they
that
sent me
sounds nice.
home. They sent me home from the doctor a little too early, and the wound inside hadn't healed properly. So when I went to go to the bathroom the first time, and this after about a year of not being able to go to the bathroom, just like turn the spigot on, but there was just a trickle. So they opened it up and it shot out like a fire hose. When it did, it knocked that scab off. So the blood just started shooting right out of that vein. So I was damn near passing out. The blood shot all over the place in the bathroom. I had to crawl to the phone, get somebody to take me to the hospital. And I went in there and they readmitted me. I had to stay overnight. But during that time, nobody knew where I went because I left in such a hurry. And the girl who took me there wasn't from the base. So all they found was this bathroom with blood all over it. So my roommates ended up getting M16s in their face with MP screaming, "Where's Pete? Where the hell is Airman Slama?" Because they couldn't find
Well,
me
they thought-
anywhere, and they just had blood everywhere.
Oh, what a story.
All right. It's a true story, but
Yeah.
that was the best roommate story I have.
Well,
That was
good.
that was not the best roommate story, but it was the best story, I'd say.
It was the best story all around. It was freaky. So yeah, so of course when I got back, my roommates, especially the ones across the hall who didn't roommate with me, were screaming at me like, "Dude, next time tell somebody where you're going, because that's some fucked up shit to wake up to dude screaming at you, pointing M16s." They were like, that's a piss in your fucking sleep or piss in your bed sort of fucking situation. What?
That's awful. That sounds just well.
All right. Well, let's get to the story or to the question of the day. The question of the day is from a guy who goes by the name of Tommy. Says that, basically moved in with this guy about 2 years ago. He's been dating this girl for about a year. But he works from home and she's been kind of part-time living with him for the last 6 months. His buddy goes off to work. Him and her hang out during the day. They've been getting to know each other. He says she's kind of sending him signals that maybe she kind of likes him. And he's just kind of thinking, what do I do? Do I move out and just get, go away from the whole, because this guy, I guess, is apparently he's been his friend for a long time. So he's like, do I just move out? Do I say something to her? Because he's like really starting to have strong feelings for her, but he knows his buddy's like into her too.
Well, I mean, if he's been friends with his roommate for that long and the girl's something new in the picture, I think he should probably let his roommate know that the person he's dating really is. I mean, for all we know, that guy could be super invested into her. And for him, I'd probably appreciate it as a friend looking out and telling him, unless he has a personal interest and rather choose that person that's not being loyal to his friend over his friend, which
yeah, I mean,
is
I kind of
probably
labeled
always-
this one. I kind of labeled this one "Does Love Trump Friendship?" Is it
Mm.
guys or bros before whatever, or
Yes.
well, you know, does he, if he really, really loves her, or is he really, really having strong feelings for her, does he go for that, or does he just stay loyal to his friend?
Temptation versus true feelings, and seeing it going somewhere. Is it worth ruining a friendship for something that's probably not going to be a long-term relationship for him?
Tristan, you got any way in?
I'd say shove that shit down.
Shut it down.
Shut it down. Don't say anything to him. Don't say anything to her. I'd say
Find a place to go during the day.
yeah.
Move out.
As
You
soon as
can,
play
you think he should move out?
if that's what he feels he needs to do, sure. If it's that real, and he's not going to get over with her there, then yeah. Because he's going to lose that friendship. He's not going to get that relationship, and he's going to be out on his ass with nothing to show for it. If he opens his mouth, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of unknowns here. We don't know. You know, it'd be kind of one of these deals where it'd be nice to get him on the phone, because we don't know if if his buddies, how invested he is in this girl, if it's just a fling thing for him. We don't know the girl's history, track record, and how serious, like Nick said. I mean, does he wreck his friendship with his buddy, and then he ends up with this girl ends up jumping to another guy down the road because she just falls in love a lot or whatever. I mean, there's a lot of unknowns, so it's kind of an odd situation, because I guess I should say my take on it is I agree he should shut it down, but at the same point I was kind of in the similar situation. But all the facts being said, my roommate was dating my now wife, and when I met him, but he asked me to hang. What?
I feel like we just got baited into this here.
No, he asked me.
He just ran.
No,
By the
it's
way,
just
after we,
hey, like I said, it's a classic thing. It's funny. I've heard it before, but in my situation, my roommate was totally cheating on her, and it was kind of, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Jerry Maguire,
Yeah.
right? Where Cuba Gooding Jr. says, "Don't hijack the pussy." So my wife had 2 kids, and this dude was like, he actually asked me to hang out with her while he went out of town to meet this girl, and of course lie for him. But while he went out of town to meet this girl from North Carolina that he was always fucking, they were F buddies. So I didn't have any, I wasn't showing any interest in her. It wasn't that type of situation, but we hung out one weekend, and it was a few of us. But anyways, after that weekend, then she let me know that she had a good time, and that, she had feelings for me in that way. But that turned out, I mean, 27 years later, here we are. But that situation, like I said, all the facts being said, he was totally fucking around. I mean, he was just using her. He had no long-term interest in her.
Oh, I just had to go to work.
No, yeah, I think that's just a slightly different probably situation Tommy's got going on, but I think your situation, I mean, that to me makes more sense. If it's something like that, obviously she wasn't really valued, or he didn't really look at her as like a long-term girlfriend. He was, like you said, just using her. So I think that's a different situation. You're just protecting.
So without
people
having all the facts on Tommy, I would say the same thing. Yeah, dude, you got to shut that down.
Yep.
But
Yep.
if there was, a way that we were able to get more facts, and maybe there was that type of situation where his buddy really wasn't into her. I think I've talked to you guys before about this a little bit, but I've always wished life could be like a sitcom, because especially like Seinfeld, I like watching that show and how they do whatever, they want to each other. There's a specific episode where Jerry's dating a girl and Kramer falls in love with her, and then by the end of the episode, Kramer's dating her and there's no hard feelings. Nobody cares. It's like, yeah, that's life. But the reality is that ain't the way that shit goes down. Tommy steals his roommate's girlfriend, and there might be some shit.
it would be different. Your buddy, if you would have like reached out to him and said, "Hey, no, things don't work out, but I'd like you to be the best man." You know, there's everything. That was. I wanted someone that knew her. Also, I figured it was very fitting that you could be there to represent, to give her. Yeah.
Well, you know, and I still feel bad about it because he was a good friend. I mean, him and I were like, we were pals. Like we did everything together. We were good military buddies. And so it was kind of shitty the way the whole thing went down, and I feel bad about it. But you know, that's basically what the conversation was, is, hey dude, you know, you weren't in this for the long term. You were just using her anyway. So we were cool with it for a while, or at least we acted like it. And then we just kind of, like a lot of the guys I was in the military with, we just kind of faded away. Our friendships faded away, but him and I circled back a few years ago, and you know, we talked again, and he actually ended up back with the girl that he probably was going to marry all the time, because she was in high school. You know, they were high school girlfriends. Hopefully he doesn't watch this, because I don't know if she knows the whole story about everything else.
Yeah,
You
But
might be hearing
anyways,
from him.
what's that?
You might be here. Otherwise, you might be hearing from him again soon. By the way.
Yeah, I might just put myself in another situation.
so you're saying that they weren't even, or you guys weren't even, or no, they weren't as, what am I trying to say? Your roommate and Lorraine weren't as serious as it sounds like Tommy is, and it still created problems. So if that created problems, you know what I mean, between you, you know,
Yeah,
and him,
I mean,
you know,
we definitely weren't as close of friends. Anyway,
Yeah, it
we
can
still
only-
got along, and we still acted, you know, real cool about everything, but we weren't as tight as we were before. But that shit happens a lot of times anyways when you get in a relationship.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But you know, I guess they'd only been together a few weeks, so it wasn't like Tommy said his roommate's been with his girl like, you know, 6 months or almost a year or something.
He's all covered up in.
I just think it's funny
Yeah.
it still goes by the name Tommy. Who does it when you're an adult?
Oh, that apple was so good. Did you eat anything?
Yeah, very good.
All
I
right.
don't know
Um,
adult Tommies.
What's that?
I don't know any adult Tommies.
I don't know.
I don't know.
any-
I don't know either. I don't think I know adult Tommy.
I don't. Well, there was Tommy Kramer.
Tommy
I didn't
Kramer.
know that was his first name. I never watched the
Tommy
show.
Lee.
No, Tommy Kramer. Yeah, Tommy Lee.
Lee.
Yep. Tommy Lee. Tommy Kramer was the quarterback for the Vikings.
Yeah, then I'm too young.
Tommy
You
Kramer.
are a
Yeah,
pup.
that's before Tristan's time.
Brett Favre was the first quarterback I remember.
Holy
Really?
crap.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's when I started watching football.
Wow.
Yep.
that's crazy.
Drops in your eyes, you figure you're good.
Wow. So you just like quit watching Nickelodeon a couple years ago. Or you
Pretty
still
much.
watch it?
Yeah, like a year and a half. Yeah. I switched to Disney
Sorry, was
Plus. and,
Teletubbies comment Tristan earlier? Was that a little too close to home?
you know, Poe and I are buds. So that stung a little bit. You know, you can talk shit on the rest of the Teletubbies, but Poe and I,
And pulling you're
go
tight.
back. We go back.
You guys got it going on.
And once Poe and I were living together, and I had a thing for his girlfriend, and then I ended up with his girlfriend. So
Paul, hey, Paul wasn't the roommate that said he liked you.
Maybe Tristan actually knows Tommy here.
Maybe he knows who? Tommy?
Tommy.
He might.
Tristan, something you want to tell us?
I will
Are you
not
Tommy?
open my mouth. I'm not Tommy. No,
Oh, that's right.
I'm not
You're living
Tommy.
with a girl.
I am living with a girl.
Hey, you don't have a guy by the name of Tommy shacking up with you, do you?
Not this time. Not this time.
I've been out changing garage doors all day, and this is what's going on here.
Tristan, I want to see those man fingers now. Like you've been smacking them with a hammer and stuff. I gotta see this here.
They're not that black today, actually.
Holy
A little
crap.
bit on there.
They're beat up though. Those are working man hands.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
some calluses I see on it.
Oh yeah. They're not even golf
Okay.
calluses. Those
Look
are
at
real
that.
calluses. Yeah.
Yeah. Not like a salesman's hand.
No,
Yeah.
No.
You switched.
I switched.
You got real
Yeah.
dirt hands.
Yep.
Nick, what does your hat say?
Huh?
What does your hat say?
Doesn't say anything. I wish it talked, but
Oh my
Got
god.
it. Hey,
Oh my.
we're both dads
Keep
and
him
he's
warm
killing
here.
it with the dad jokes.
Oh my.
Yep. Nope. Just supporting my Canadians here.
Got it.
Yep. You gotta stay warm. It's what, been -3 out right now?
-3.
Really?
What's it there where you're at, Tristan?
30.
30.
I'll take that.
I got a little
Is
heater.
that
I think
even like
in the
cold
truck.
weather for you?
What?
That's like hoodie weather, right? You're wearing like a hoodie, or you in like a coat, or
No,
bundle up when you go out
I'm
with that?
full on. I'm full on. Remember that jacket that you gave me that I put inside my other jacket? I still wear that.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
still wear
You
that.
still wear that?
Yep.
Works perfect though.
Yep. It was
Yeah.
12
I
degrees
know
this
at the time
morning,
you
and that's what I
doubted
was
me
told to
highly
get.
on inserting that into your other coat, and I came up with a solution that it would work well, and it seemed to work well.
I thought it was the dumbest idea I'd ever heard. Now,
I know,
now I
really.
barely fit. Now I barely fit in that coat.
Oh God, yeah, I
Tight.
bet.
It's tight.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You should just wear like the elastic jeans, that stretch.
You know, I did yesterday, and it was a good idea. I wore some that were not today, and now there's a big hole in between my legs. I go through jeans once every 3 months. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you get, Tristan? Do you get
we
the
don't
old
have
school, like
riff on that.
finger leather belts?
My
You
leather
get the old
belts. I
school
have,
finger leather belts that don't actually have holes that you put in them. You can just adjust it throughout the whole belt.
I don't. No, not anymore.
Okay.
I just keep getting new belts. I've had like 5 new belts since I moved here.
Well, now I know what to get you for Christmas and your birthday.
Yeah. Yep. I'm a size. What am I right now? A 33 probably.
Jeez, dude, you were like 140
I'm a
pounds when
33.
you left here.
I know. I was a 29. And I'm a 43. Or, no, I'm sorry, 33. Did I say 43?
Yeah,
You did.
Oh,
but 30.
no.
33.
33.
You're 33?
Yeah.
I'm a 33. Yeah.
What?
Nick, come back.
You guys are both creeping right up on me. I'm a fat old guy. You got like 2 notches to go and you're
2
done.
notches.
Two-
So I
yeah.
could probably give up a notch or 2 and it still kind of do the job. So
All right, guys. Hey, we're running out of time. What?
Well, I was wondering if the future wife says it's just more to love now.
she claims that she loves dad bods and that she wouldn't be attracted to me if I had abs. And I'm like, that's the biggest lie I think I've ever heard. Yeah, what? Yeah, it is. Is it not?
I said I wasn't attracted to how skinny you were when you were 20.
No,
'cause you were-
that is not what you said. Yeah. So
Ask her if she's cool with weighing more. If she would have been cool with having a bigger pant size or weighing more than you did. So, like being that when I met you versus how she knows you.
she has commented several times about how at one point I weighed less than she does now. Not that that has anything to do with her.
Well, yeah, I'm a
You-
small.
She's a small.
You
human
were a
being.
skinny little runt, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And I seem to remember you kind of picking on some of the fat old guys.
You know, I did. I
And
made
it
fun
didn't
of my
take
dad
you
a
long
lot.
to catch up.
My dad weighed 300 plus once.
Jeez.
And now he weighs less than me. He weighs 215. And he doesn't let me forget it.
Wait, he weighs 250. What do you weigh?
I weigh 228.
Oh, that's right. You did say that. 228.
Yeah.
God bless it. Yeah, I just went to the doctor. 236.
Oh man, I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
And how
man.
old are you?
I'm 25.
Yeah, 25. I was just getting out of the military, so I was still lean. I was still cut.
Yeah,
Tristan.
different lives, different lives. You know, and I work hard for a living. I've worked physical job, you know, and I still can't lose any weight.
Hey, that's all right with that Yellowstone show being all the rage. Kind of these big burly cowboy looking guys is in. You got hair on your face. You got the big build now. Yeah.
Yep.
Get yourself some boots and a hat. And you're good to go.
There we go. There we go.
All right.
I
So,
love that
anyways,
for you. I love that for you, Tristan.
we do got to get
Thank you.
going. We got to wrap this up. So if you like this video, please share it and subscribe. Submit questions to us. You can go to our website. All the links are down below. So you can go to the links and then you can submit questions to us. If you do want to catch on some of our exclusive content that we post, some more questions that we answer, not here on YouTube, but on our Patreon channel, that'll help support us so we can do more of this. You can also hit the link to our Patreon channel and catch us over there. You guys add anything as we go? Any wrap ups?
I'll be going live with you guys from the home show this weekend. So
That's right. We're gonna hit him up at the home show and catch some live interactions with people, with the human beings out there in the world. All
Be a
right,
good time.
take care.
excited.
All right.
Bye, guys.
See you
Keep
guys.
donuts. Later.
Yes, later.